In the relentless pursuit of financial freedom or simply a little extra income, most people find themselves funneled into the same, well-worn channels. It's a familiar story. The promise of being your own boss, of setting your own hours, of turning your skills or your car into a cash machine. But this promise often conceals a frustrating reality, a trap baited with flexibility but sprung with instability. You're told you can earn on your own terms, but you quickly discover you're at the mercy of algorithms, ratings, and a marketplace flooded with others who were sold the exact same dream. They sign up for freelancing platforms, hoping to monetize their expertise in writing, design, or coding. But what they find is a global race to the bottom. You're not just competing with the person next door. You're bidding against thousands, many willing to work for pennies on the dollar. After the platform takes its cut, and you set aside money for taxes, the hourly rate can be shockingly low. It becomes a high-effort, low-reward cycle of constantly hunting for the next small gig, writing proposals, and hoping to be chosen from a sea of applicants. Others turn their vehicle into an office on wheels. They drive for ride-sharing apps or deliver food, chasing surge pricing and tips. While it offers immediate cash, the hidden costs quickly eat away at the profits. There's the constant fuel expense, the accelerated wear and tear on your personal vehicle leading to costly repairs, the unpaid time spent waiting for a ride, and the complete lack of benefits like health insurance or paid time off. You're not just a driver, you're an uncompensated logistics manager for a multi-billion-dollar tech company. And then there are those who try to build an audience online. The dream of becoming a successful creator, influencer, or YouTuber is incredibly alluring. But the reality is a brutal grind. It requires creating a constant stream of high-quality content, mastering the ever-changing whims of platform algorithms, and engaging with an audience, all before you see a single dollar. For every creator who makes a living, there are thousands who spend years creating for a tiny audience, facing burnout with little to show for their immense effort. These are the well-trodden paths. They are the default options presented to us by slick marketing and app notifications. Because they are so visible and accessible, they're crowded and intensely competitive. You are a replaceable cog in a massive machine, and the system is designed to benefit the platform, not the provider. The result is almost always the same: a painfully low return on your most valuable, non-renewable asset, your time. You trade hours of your life for an income that is unpredictable, unprotected, and often unsustainable. It's a hamster wheel of small jobs, small payouts, and constant hustle, leaving you with no clear path to build real, lasting wealth or a stable business. But what if there was another path? A path that isn't crowded, a path that most people don't even know exists. What if you could step off the hamster wheel and stop chasing scraps? What if, instead of fighting for a $50 gig, you could channel that same energy into securing a single contract worth $50,000? Or $100,000? Or even more? This isn't a fantasy. It's a reality for thousands of small businesses every single day. They're not just surviving. They're thriving by working with the single largest customer in the world, the government. From the federal level down to your local city hall, government agencies spend billions of dollars annually on goods and services, and they are legally mandated to award a significant portion of that money to small businesses just like yours. Consider this real-world example. Last year, a small two-person graphic design firm in Ohio, operating out of a small rented office, felt stuck in the feast or famine cycle of chasing private clients. They were talented, but their income was unpredictable. Then they discovered a request for proposal, an RFP, from their own county government. After a few weeks of focused work preparing a detailed proposal, they won a $75,000 contract to redesign all the public-facing documents for the county: brochures, public notices, and informational pamphlets. The work wasn't glamorous, but it was meaningful. They were helping their own community communicate more clearly with its citizens. That single project provided them with more stable, predictable income than an entire year of chasing dozens of small, private clients online. It gave them the financial runway to hire a part-time assistant and invest in new equipment. They weren't just gig workers anymore. They were prime contractors for a reliable, high-value client. This isn't a fluke, a lottery win, or a stroke of luck. It's the result of a predictable system that is specifically designed to be fair and accessible. It's a system that actively favors small, agile businesses who take the time to learn the rules of the game. Whether you're in IT, construction, janitorial services, consulting, or catering, there is a government agency that needs what you offer. In this series, we're going to show you exactly how to find these opportunities, how to write winning proposals, and how to build a thriving business by tapping into this overlooked multi-billion-dollar side hustle. Let's begin with a thought experiment, a crucial one for any entrepreneur, freelancer, or small business owner, feeling the relentless pressure of the modern marketplace. We're constantly told that the path to success is paved with hustle, with endless client acquisition, with building a personal brand on a dozen different platforms. It's a world of gigs, side hustles, and short-term projects. But what if there's a parallel universe of opportunity, one that operates on a completely different scale, with different rules and far greater rewards? Let's compare the world you likely know, the typical online side hustle, to a world you might not have considered, the local government contract. On the surface, they both involve providing a service for payment. But when you look closer, the fundamental structures are worlds apart. One is a constant sprint on a treadmill. The other is a journey on a well-paved, long-distance highway. Consider the freelance writer. They might spend an entire day researching potential clients, crafting personalized pitches, and sending out dozens of emails, all for the chance to land a single $200 blog post. That's hours of unpaid, speculative work just to get to the starting line. Once the project is won, there's the work itself, the revisions, and then the anxious wait for the invoice to be paid. The cycle then immediately repeats. It's a constant, exhausting hunt for the next small win. Or think about the social media manager. They might be juggling 3, 4, or even 5 clients just to cobble together a livable income, perhaps $1,500 a month in total. Each client demands constant attention and, more importantly, constant justification of their fee. You're not just managing accounts. You're in a perpetual state of proving your value, defending against scope creep, and fighting the unspoken threat that a cheaper alternative is just a click away. Every monthly report is a high-stakes performance review. This is the reality for so many skilled professionals. Whether you're a graphic designer creating logos one at a time or a consultant selling your hours, you're fighting battles won inch by inch. Your income is a volatile line graph of peaks and valleys, making it nearly impossible to plan for the future, to invest in your business, or to simply take a vacation without watching your revenue grind to a halt. Now, let's shift our focus to that other universe. Instead of a $200 article, consider a $30,000 annual contract to provide landscaping services for all city parks. Instead of a small business website redesigned for $3,000, imagine a $25,000 project to upgrade the IT systems for the public library network. These aren't fantasy numbers. They are routine expenditures for local, state, and federal government agencies. The scale is simply different because the buyer is different. Government agencies have mandated responsibilities and legally approved budgets to fulfill them. These budgets often dwarf what even a generous private sector client is willing or able to pay for the exact same services. They aren't spending discretionary income, they are executing a public mandate with allocated funds. And it's not just about the size of the check, it's about the rhythm. While freelance work is often a series of one-night stands, government contracts are frequently long-term, predictable relationships. Think about the essential services a city needs to function: janitorial services for public buildings, security for the courthouse, IT support for the administrative offices. These are not one-time needs. They are recurring requirements, often procured through contracts that last 1, 3, or even 5 years at a time. This predictability is a superpower for a small business. When you have a signed, multi-year contract guaranteeing a steady stream of revenue, the entire dynamic of your business changes. You can stop spending all your time hunting and start focusing on execution and strategic growth. Predictable revenue means you can finally create a realistic budget, invest in better equipment, and, most importantly, you can hire and train a team, transforming yourself from a freelancer into a true business owner. Furthermore, a government contract is the ultimate form of social proof. A portfolio full of 5-star reviews on a gig platform is good, but it pales in comparison to being able to say, "We are the trusted IT provider for the county school district." Winning a government contract signifies that your business has been thoroughly vetted, that you've passed rigorous compliance checks, and that you are trusted to deliver on a critical public need. This credential opens doors in the private sector that were previously locked. Now let's talk about the most stressful part of freelancing: getting paid. Private clients, even with the best intentions, can ghost you. They can dispute invoices over minor issues. They can face their own cash flow problems and pay you late, or, in the worst cases, not at all. Chasing payments is a soul-crushing, non-billable activity that every freelancer knows too well. The government, on the other hand, operates under a completely different set of rules. It is bound by strict procurement and payment laws, like the Prompt Payment Act, which mandates timely payment to contractors. There are clear, documented processes for everything. The terms are not ambiguous suggestions. They are legally binding clauses in a formal contract. Your job is to deliver the service exactly as specified in the contract. If you do that, you will get paid. It's a system built on process, not personality, which dramatically reduces your non-payment risk to near zero. Yes, there is more paperwork up front. The proposal process is more formal, and the compliance requirements are more stringent. But view that not as a barrier, but as a filter. It's the price of admission to a more stable, scalable, and secure world of business. It's a trade-off. Slightly more administrative work on the front end for significantly less risk, less stress, and more time to focus on what you're actually good at: delivering excellent work. It's the difference between building a sandcastle and building a fortress. The first and most accessible category is information technology and software services. We call this the digital gold rush for a reason. The public sector at every level is undergoing a massive, once-in-a-generation technological transformation. Decades-old legacy systems, clunky paper-based processes, and outdated infrastructure are finally being replaced with modern, efficient, and cloud-based solutions. This isn't a trend. It's a fundamental shift in how government operates and serves its citizens. Annually, government IT spending accounts for hundreds of billions of dollars, creating a vast and fertile landscape for businesses that can provide the right digital tools and expertise. And crucially, this gold rush isn't just for the established giants. The very nature of this digital transformation, its demand for specialized skills, agility, and innovative solutions, opens the door wide for small, nimble tech companies and even solo entrepreneurs. Every agency, from your local town hall to the largest federal departments, runs on tech. Think broader than just city and state. Consider the thousands of independent entities, school districts managing student data, public utility commissions monitoring grids, transportation authorities running scheduling software, state parks managing reservations, and court systems digitizing dockets. For these organizations, technology is no longer a back-office luxury. It's the core infrastructure through which they deliver essential public services. It's as fundamental as the physical buildings they occupy and the roads that lead to them. This universal dependency means the demand for IT services is not only widespread, but also incredibly stable and non-negotiable. So what do they actually need? Let's break it down. First, they need modern, accessible websites. A government website is its digital front door. It has to be easy to navigate, mobile-friendly, and compliant with accessibility standards like WSAG, ensuring that citizens with disabilities can use it. Second, they need internal software to manage records and streamline operations. This could be a custom-built application for a Department of Motor Vehicles to manage licenses, or a system for a county clerk to handle property deeds and public records requests. The goal is always to move away from paper and increase efficiency. Third, and perhaps most critically, they need robust cybersecurity to protect sensitive citizen data. With the constant threat of ransomware and data breaches, government agencies are under immense pressure to secure their networks, applications, and databases. This creates a huge market for everything from security audits and penetration testing to managed detection and response services. And fourth, they need reliable IT support for their employees. When a computer fails or software glitches, public services can grind to a halt. Agencies need help desk support, network administration, and hardware maintenance to keep their teams productive. This can be provided on-site, remotely, or through a hybrid model. These necessities, combined with the nature of public finance, create a predictable, perpetual market. Government agencies operate on annual budgets that are approved in advance. This means they know exactly how much they can spend on technology each year, and they are mandated to spend it. Unlike the private sector, where a bad quarter can lead to frozen budgets, public sector spending is remarkably consistent. This allows you to plan your business with a degree of certainty that is rare in any other industry. Now, it's important to understand that government projects are different. They are often larger in scope with more stringent requirements than a typical commercial project, and for good reason. They are funded by taxpayer money and must adhere to strict rules of transparency, security, and accountability. This complexity, however, is precisely what commands higher budgets. A government agency isn't just buying a piece of software. They are procuring a fully compliant, secure, and reliable solution, and they are willing to pay a premium for vendors who can deliver that peace of mind. For example, a simple city website isn't so simple in the government world. It must be able to process complex public records requests according to state law, securely integrate with multiple payment gateways for taxes and fees, and be fully accessible to users with visual or motor impairments. Each of these requirements adds layers of complexity and value to the project. The financial rewards can be substantial, especially with recurring contracts. For instance, providing ongoing managed IT support for a small school district with a few hundred employees can easily become a $5,000 to $10,000 per month contract. That's $60,000 to $120,000 a year from a single client. These retainer-style agreements are the holy grail for service businesses, providing a stable foundation of predictable revenue that you can build and grow upon. A single contract like this can transform a small business, and you absolutely do not need to be a giant corporation to win these deals. In fact, government agencies are often mandated to award a certain percentage of contracts to small businesses. Small firms, organized teams of freelancers, or even a strong solo consultant with a specialized skill set can successfully compete and win. Your agility is your advantage. You can move faster, offer more personalized service, and often provide more innovative solutions than a large, bureaucratic prime contractor. To get started, you must demonstrate capability and reliability. The key tool for this is your capability statement. This is a one-page resume for your business, highlighting your core competencies, past performance, and what makes you different. Complement this with a few detailed case studies. Don't just say what you did. Tell a story. Describe the client's problem, detail your solution, and quantify the results. Did you increase website traffic by 30%? Did you reduce security vulnerabilities by 90%? Concrete metrics are far more powerful than vague claims. Next is the administrative groundwork. You have to be registered to play. Start locally. Find the vendor or procurement portals for your city, county, and state, and complete the registration process. This will get you on their lists and ensure you receive notifications for relevant opportunities. To compete for federal contracts, the process is more centralized. You'll need to get a Unique Entity ID, or UEI, and then complete your registration in the System for Award Management known as SAM.gov. This is a non-negotiable step for any federal work. Don't try to win a multi-million-dollar contract on your first attempt. The key is to build a track record, or what the government calls past performance. Start with low-value, low-risk work. Look for opportunities like small website updates for a local library, a one-time cybersecurity audit for a small agency, or providing part-time help desk support for a municipal department. These smaller projects are less competitive and allow you to learn the government contracting process, from bidding to invoicing in a low-stakes environment. As you aim for bigger projects, you may find that you don't have the capacity or all the required skills in-house. This is where strategic partnerships are invaluable. Find another small firm that complements your services. If you specialize in web development, partner with a cybersecurity firm. This allows you to team up and bid on larger, more comprehensive contracts that neither of you could win alone. This subcontracting or teaming strategy is a powerful way to build your past performance portfolio and tackle larger scopes while you grow. Every contract you successfully complete, no matter how small, is a building block. Your first win becomes the most important case study you have. It's the proof that you can navigate the system and deliver on your promises. You use that success as leverage to win the next, slightly larger contract. That win becomes leverage for the one after that. This is how you build momentum. It's a methodical climb, where each project solidifies your reputation and expands your capabilities, moving you steadily from small, simple jobs to becoming a trusted prime contractor for the government. Governments are physical entities. They own and manage roads, schools, parks, public housing, and offices. We're not talking only mega builds. Repaving lots, replacing HVACs, painting interiors, and routine electrical, tangible, essential work. Skilled trades and small firms see a steady flow of projects. Critical safety and functionality justify substantial pay. Contracts can hit hundreds of thousands with milestone payments that stabilize cash flow. Qualification is about licensing and experience, not company size. Start as a reliable subcontractor, then bid as prime once you have past performance. Get licenses, insurance, bonding, non-negotiable. Register with city, county, and state procurement offices. Target overlooked jobs, 15K fence repairs, 20K repainting, your training ground. Deliver, document, and stack past performance to unlock larger, more lucrative contracts. Every government building needs cleaning, daily, weekly, monthly, forever. Agencies sign recurring contracts, creating predictable long-term revenue. A $2,000, $4,000 monthly contract means $24,000, $48,000 a year. One client. Perform well and you position for renewals year after year. Register your business, get liability insurance, present professionally. One or two people can handle multiple local sites. Agencies often prefer small local firms. Monitor city and county sites. Small contracts may live off major portals. Bid a small job, over-deliver on quality. Turn success into testimonials and leverage them to win bigger recurring contracts. Replace hunt and chase gigs with baseline recurring revenue that compounds. Public buildings, courthouses, airports, and events all require security. From one unarmed guard to full armed teams. Recurring long-term contracts. Governments pay well for licensed, reliable personnel. Licensing filters competition. Get licensed, insured, register locally and statewide. Start with short-term event gigs to build past performance. Agencies hire outside experts, auditors, HR, planners, marketers, trainers. Specialized guidance prevents costly mistakes. Rates of $100, $300 per hour and up. Many wins go to sole proprietors and micro firms with tight portfolios. Define a niche, craft a sharp capability statement, show 1 to 2 concise case studies. Register on portals, then network where managers are. Your results become your best marketing. Start with smaller, well-defined projects. Let past performance unlock larger engagements. Paperwork feels like a fortress, but it's just a series of gates with specific keys. Vendor registration is a one-time task. Assemble docs and follow the steps. Avoid mega projects. Target sub-25K RFQs and small business set-asides. Most small bids want clarity, not volume. Answer the need. Follow instructions. Lose a bid? Ask for a debrief. It's a roadmap to improve. Get licenses and insurance up front so you can move fast when a good fit appears. Pick one contract type: IT, construction, janitorial, security, or consulting. Today is 2025-12-08. Bookmark your local procurement portal tonight. Tomorrow, explore. Next week, register. Next month, submit. Don't aim for 1 million tomorrow. Aim for one small contract. Start now.